Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Sorry for being so late on getting on today. I have been a bit frazzled the last couple of days. I really need to just sit down and get my schedule straight. But we are here now. Let us wait for some viewers to come in. All right, looks like we have some people coming in. Perfect, perfect. Shakara, Shakil Ahmed, Adullah Baro, Jaden, Nishant, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you, thank you. All right, so Mel, hello, hello. So what, Jason, great to see you again. Daniel. All right, so let's see what questions you guys have. So my name is Shashank. I'm a senior data analyst, and I am here to answer any questions you might have about the world of data science, analytics, and other things. Where do you work? I work in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. That is where I work. Adello Peter, welcome, welcome. Saroj, welcome, welcome. Great to see everyone. So for anyone wondering, I'm actually at home right now. So yeah, back in my childhood home. Okay, Body Sheffrey had a small chat with Ken G about you. How can one combine data analytics with history? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, as I'm sure Ken mentioned you in that case. I'm a big history buff. That's an interesting one. So data analytics is a really big field, right? So one idea that I was thinking about was using the geospatial skills that you can sometimes pick up in this field in order to draw historical maps of how things, like boundaries and global borders shift over time. Another thing that I had thought about was using data to disprove common historical assumptions that people have. Um, like maybe you could so a lot of people like to think that the Nazis, for example, had significantly better weapons than the rest of the world at the time. And depending on how you look at it, that's not necessarily true. The idea that a weapon is strictly better or worse is slightly a flawed idea because different tools are used for different purposes, right? So maybe you could use data to prove out that, for example, in most battles, these weapons were actually not that effective, or they were only as they were only as effective as how many could be produced, and they couldn't produce any. So those are just a couple of ideas over there. How'd you get into a small chat with Ken G? How'd you get a hold of him? Hello, I've been Roger Nane. I've been accepted to your data analysis program. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad. Looking forward to working with you as well. So for anyone that does not know, I'm running a boot camp where I will be teaching, along with a couple of other instructors, how to get a job in the world of analytics. It is a job guarantee, so you don't pay anything except for there's a $250 admission fee, but outside of that, you don't pay anything until you actually get a job. It's a 8 to 10 month boot camp, and we basically help you get a job. So let me see if I can post a link of it in the description of this video. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll go ahead and put it over here. All right, so it is now in the description of the video. So if you refresh the video, then you'll see it again. Shantanu Chatterjee. Okay. Any suggestion? First of all, thank you. Any suggestion on improving stats and math for data science? So, have you read the book Practical Statistics for Data Scientists? It is a tremendous book because not all stats are useful for data scientists, and I think that knowing what to learn, what not to learn is a very important aspect of making sure you don't overlearn or you don't ineffectively learn, and you learn what you can actually apply at any given time. So my first question to you is, have you read Practical Statistics for Data Scientists? And that is listed in, I have a bunch of videos on that in my YouTube channel. So that would be my first question to you, to ask you. Kamal Martin, morning. Do you recommend Corsair free certification? I mean, So my view on certifications, right, is at least in the United States, they're not like people aren't looking at them too highly as like, or let me rephrase it. People don't know what they are. Like most employers don't know what these certifications actually are. Um, the Google Data Analytics certificate might be a bit different because Google backs that one. But what I use certifications for personally is I use them to what would you I use them to to keep myself motivated to learn something because certifications usually come with a course which will give you all of the structure you need to follow in order to learn something. So that's how I generally use certifications. Having a couple is not a bad idea. No employer will look down on a certification for sure. I would just I personally have never been able to really push forward a certification in this industry. So I would say don't look at it as this silver bullet as to getting in, but more as an opportunity to learn the skills you need to learn in a structured environment. So hopefully that answers your question. Body. Okay, cool, cool. You commented on his LinkedIn post. That's awesome. Yeah, I need to get way more on LinkedIn. And as you guys can probably tell, I like slowed down YouTube a bit. So I've been traveling a lot in the last month for just various things. I need to like get just back in the mode of getting back into it. All right, Adela Peter, how do you curate data? Data to be used within Tableau. How do I curate? So when you say curate, I'm guessing you mean how do I clean it or how do I find it? If you're talking about cleaning it, then if you want to keep everything inside a Tableau ecosystem, you could use Tableau Prep. That's a data cleaning tool that comes with a Tableau license. That's what I would recommend. Otherwise, you could use what I use. Otherwise, is either SQL or Python. So I would say the industry standard is to use SQL to clean data. If you don't want to do that, then Tableau Prep is a great tool that comes with Tableau. And only after those two don't work for you, then I'd go to Python. Okay, Shantanu, to be honest, the projects I have at my company, I don't get enough time to do in-depth study. Say something like PCA stands for Principal Component Analysis. It can take days for one to revise concepts. Isaiah, thank you. I am having a good day. A little bit frazzled as I was mentioning earlier, mostly because I need to sit down and organize my day. I just have a lot of stuff that I need to do that I've been putting off. So, but Shantanu Chatterjee, okay. Say something like PCA can take days for one to revise the concepts. Okay. Well, and that's kind of what it comes down to in corporate America, right? You might have to study outside of the office and stuff like that. That's why I would recommend practical statistics for data scientists. What it does, right? You won't memorize. I mean, you won't like learn every single concept purely by watching that or reading that. But what it will help you out with is it'll help you get ahead of the curve. So, in my opinion, that's what books are useful for when it comes to the world of data science and analytics. Because in a real world situation, you will not be using every skill you learn. What books help you do, what like textbooks help you do, is they give you a good wide view with enough depth to actually be useful of the what do you call it, of the field, in order to actually allow yourself to, or in order to like whenever you actually do need to use these things, you're familiar with the concept. So for example, right now I am reading this book, Designing Data Intensive Applications. It is a data engineering book. It's basically about creating reliable and sustainable systems. And the thing is, I don't plan on actually using all these concepts like tomorrow or even the day after tomorrow at work. What it will help me do, though, is give me a good overview of the data engineering space and the different tools available and the different terminologies available. That way, when I do encounter a problem, I will be more familiar with the basic terminology used by the industry and maybe how to approach problems. So, hopefully that answers your question. All right. Oh yeah, SK. Sorry, I was. Oh, good call. Sorry, SK. Yeah, good point. I did miss that. Wait. Oh, sorry. No, SK. My bad. So I answer super chats first. So if you want me to answer your question first, it's always super chats first. And then because Shantanu asked a follow up to his super chat, I answered that first as well. But I'm not. I am not yet at the super chat in order. They just get first billing because, well, they're super chats. Okay. What do we have next? Oh, also, I should probably let you guys know I'm currently in Dallas Fort Worth. I don't know if anyone's interested in doing like a meetup or something. I would love to. Um, I should actually probably like pre-announce when I go to like different cities. That way we can do like meetups and stuff. So I'll put it on my channel as well that I'm here, and ask anyone if they want to do like a meetup. All right. What is the next question? So, Adelo, hopefully I answered your question. Can I use Excel to cleanse data? Yes, you can. Yeah, no problem at all. The only thing is, I would say if you're using Excel, be careful of making sure you know what steps you perform to clean the data. That's one problem with Excel, right? Unless you use like Power Query or something like that, is that Excel doesn't like actually save the data transformations that you did. So make sure you do that. Nishant Khandelwal. I've learned everything needed for data analytics, but I can't get internships. What should I do? Well, it depends, right? Have you looked at my video on how to write a good resume? And have you looked at my video with Nick Singh, where we talk about how to get a job in the world of analytics? Learning all the technical skills is okay, but at the end of the day, getting a job is a lot more than just your technical skills. So make sure you watch those two videos and then let me know what you think. Asan Habib Nirjan. Newly joined a data-driven company. My SQL skills are pretty basic, but it's been quite hard for me to learn the logic in my SQL script. Tell me a practical way to grow on my logics. So what I would recommend is finding a mentor who you trust, who's a bit more experienced than you, to help you out as well. Outside of that, go to your company's GitLab or GitHub, basically whatever version control software you guys are using for your SQL scripts, and just start looking at different SQL scripts and try to start seeing what patterns appear in those SQL scripts. Also, I have a SQL course that goes over a lot of like a lot of the stuff you need to know to get off the ground in the world of SQL. If you take that SQL course, you should be pretty good at querying data, quite honestly. Like I don't think I regularly use anything outside of that course in my like daily querying of data. So go ahead and look at those things. Hopefully, those are resources that'll help you. Nelson season 707 S707. What's up, Shashank? Any tips on moving from a consulting agency to a larger company? I'm a data analyst in a healthcare consulting agency, but would like to move to a large organization. Okay. You would like to move to a larger organization. Okay. So yes, I would recommend getting a project on your resume. I would recommend redoing your resume such that you talk about all the different things you've done at this consulting company. Really make it impressive and make sure you put your everything you do on LinkedIn. Your entire resume needs to be on LinkedIn, and your LinkedIn page needs to be extremely clean. And the reason I say that is because the last two jobs I've gotten were purely based on LinkedIn, and the last two jobs I've gotten completely based on LinkedIn. And my like recruiters reach out to me. I don't even do anything anymore. Like I don't apply to companies anymore. They like reach out to me. And the reason for that is because I have a very clean LinkedIn that has all the information that they need in order to know that what qualifications and what skills I have. So my opinion is in the United States, LinkedIn is your secret weapon. It's how you get recruited by recruiters, and it's what recruiters use these days to contact you. So Shantanu is correct over here. I do think Excel is a bit cumbersome. It is very much usable, but it is a bit cumbersome in my opinion. Adekola Ali, come to Nigeria. I actually really do want to go to Nigeria. I so right now flight prices are incredibly expensive. Otherwise, I normally go to two new countries a year, and then obviously in COVID I didn't. I'm waiting for them to cool down a bit, and then I'm planning a trip to Korea, and then I need to go to some second country. I've never stepped foot in Africa ever, so I would love to go to Nigeria. That would be really cool. I'm in Arkansas. I was in Arkansas a couple. Oh, so you're yeah. I was in Arkansas a couple of a year or two ago. Cool place. I liked it. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, SK. For data analysis, what level of SQL is required, And what part of SQL should we be required to focus? Go watch my SQL video on my YouTube channel. I have all the information you need over there. It's a full course that you can watch. I have a full SQL course that teaches you basically everything you should need to know, except for like creating tables and stuff like that. I see that as slightly more data engineering work, so, which is why I didn't put it in that course. But I probably will have SQL for data engineers coming out in the future. Paula, thank you for joining. Priyavardhan Singh, how many years of experience do you have? A little bit less than 4 currently. Uh, yeah, so SK, hopefully that answered your question. Shantanu, does your channel have a Discord we can collaborate on learning and projects? I have one with my Patreon, and the only reason I do it that way is because if I open it up to the entire channel, then managing it becomes a full-time job. And I could hire someone for that. I probably will make it public in the future. Um, but I need to turn this channel into more of an operation. Right now, this channel, I'm very much like flying by the seat of my pants. I don't plan out stuff that well, and I do need to change that. So there was a couple of high stress events happening in my life recently, and those are calming down right now. So I'm hoping to put more time into this channel in the upcoming future. So be on the lookout, guys. Ooh, Nelson. Okay, so I'll get to that question in a minute. Let me answer a couple more questions and I'll get to that one. That's a really good one. Stefan Laplace. Hi, Shashank. I know you're previously worked in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. How do you like it? And what did the market area offer? So the Dallas, okay, so I call the Dallas-Fort Worth area the best middle-class market in America. And the reason I say that is real estate prices aren't absolutely insane over here. Now, unfortunately, they're getting worse. It's the same thing that's happening everywhere else in the country, honestly. Like any city with a large number of people, unfortunately real estate's becoming too expensive. But I call it the best middle class city in America because real estate prices are still like they're still manageable. There's no state income tax, and unlike Austin or Houston, it's not a single industry city. So Houston's an energy city, and Austin is basically becoming a tech city. And even working in tech, I don't think that tech cities are a good thing for the cities that they're like. I don't think tech people flooding into a city is good for the city itself. It just causes real estate prices to explode, and then everyone who's not in tech has to move out, basically, except for the people who've already owned property, and they can just sit on that as much, as long as they want. Um, so, like, I live in Seattle, right? And I see this firsthand. We basically can't get any food service workers inside the city. Because rents in the city are way too high, and then gas prices are too high. So, if the rent's too high, then you just move further out, but then you have to drive in, and then gas prices are too high. Like, I was talking to, like, the barista at the coffee shop I go to every day. Yeah, and what they were talking about, like, in relation to, like, getting to work, like, the hoops they have to jump through it are insane. So, the reason I say all of that, right, is that I think Dallas will avoid a lot of these problems because it's not a single industry city. We have so many different companies over here working in so many different industries. Everything from AT&T to Verizon. You have Toyota, McKesson, and major offices. ExxonMobil is here if you're into that. Fluor is here, the engineering firm. And so the opportunities to do data analytics are amazing in Dallas, Texas. Now, what I will say is if you want to work at the top of the field, those opportunities are not available in Texas or in Dallas. Or, yeah, in Dallas. Because if you want to do that, you're going to have to work at a startup or you're going to have to work at a large tech company, neither of which have a lot of presence in the Dallas area. So I think Dallas is a great way to get your career started and keep going up, moving upwards consistently by working at these great companies. But if you want to do the most advanced work there is out there, it's not going to happen in the city for the most part. So hopefully that answers your question. The market's great though. So yes, Jason's right. Frito-Lay is over here too. Liberty Mutual, Frito-Lay, Capital One is here. Lot of great companies over here. All right, what do we have next? I missed a question. Okay, way above. Tableau or Python, which is first? Tableau, in my opinion. It's easier to learn, and you can get a job with a lower level, with less effort than with Python. Python, you have to know it reasonably well to get a job with Python. So, Naveen, hands-on project experience. I'm not sure what that means. Bardia Khorshidi, how much is the effect of college degrees in the process of getting hired as a data analyst? So, okay, in the United States, you almost need a degree in order to get a lot of these types of jobs. The degree itself doesn't matter too much. Companies say they want people that have specific degrees and stuff, but I mean, and I think for your first job, that's where the college degree is most helpful. It's really helpful in getting you in the door. After that, no one cares about what degree you have. They just care that you have a degree for some reason. Because I'm quite honestly like a year outside of your college program, you'll forget you'll a year outside of your college degree, you will have forgotten everything that is not that you don't apply on a regular basis, and companies know that. So college degrees in this field are important insofar as they get you your first job. After that, I don't think I've ever seen or met anyone where they care about the college degree. I completely, unless someone went to a particularly impressive college, I completely ignore that aspect of someone's resume whenever I'm looking at it. Obviously, if they went to like a Harvard or something, or like a very good program like Georgia Tech's engineering, that does speak to the level of rigor that they're used to, or like UW's comp sci program or something like that. But otherwise, no one cares about your college degree after your first job. At least not that much. I think if you are going into the highest end of this field, then you're like if you did a PhD program or something, that could be very useful. But we're not really talking about that. All right. Isaiah. Oh, thank you. Manoj. Hello, dude. Do some data analyst resumes review for interview purpose? Wait, what? Oh, do some data analyst resume reviews for interview purposes. Okay, no, that's a great idea. I will do that. I will be taking this channel a lot more. Well, I wouldn't say serious. I actually, I'll treat it more like a business going forward. I just have not had the time in the last month to do much, so that's a great idea, and that is definitely a segment I will be doing. Lancelot D'Souza. People are asking so many things from a so many things from a fresher. I'm finding it so difficult to get a job. People are just hiring for free internships. What country is this in? In the United States, like there are a lot of data analyst positions that are available right now. To Nepali, can Tableau visualize real-time data? That's a good question. I don't think so, actually. I don't think Tableau can really do streaming data. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Marcus Brito, do you think data analysts, data scientists will be affected by the current tech market situation / layoffs? Yes, very much so. Data scientists and data analysts are less necessary than software engineers, in my opinion, for running a company. And so it will be affected by that. That being said, my general philosophy, right, and I think it's a good philosophy to hold towards life, is if you know you're doing high value work and you know how to advertise yourself as doing high value work, I'm not going to say you'll never have trouble finding a job, but you'll figure stuff out eventually. So while I think the current tech layoffs are going to be a bit of a problem for people in the industry, I think that there are so many other jobs and so many other companies because so many companies want to advance their analytics that maybe a big tech job is not easy right now, but other jobs in other parts of tech would be, in other types of companies, are still available. So. OOPay2, Caleb, welcome. Rasila, is it necessary to be good at Python to be an analyst? No, although I recommend that if you want to move forward in the field, you do have to like reach some competency with Python or some programming language, and it only drastically improves your ability to do stuff in the field. So. Tyler Silver, Naveen Singh, sir, upload more videos for SQL and Tableau for hands-on project and daily work and difficulty. Yeah, we'll do. Tyler Silverman, any recommended software for new low-code ML data analytics software other than Alteryx? Alteryx is really the only one I can think about. Otherwise, I don't use. I code up everything personally, so, and everyone on my team codes up everything, so it's not something I'm particularly familiar with at the moment. Adelo, can I use? Okay, so Microsoft Jesus Gaming. This summer, I got tired of applying to a ton of internships, got rejected a lot. Abdullah, how hard is it to land a job in the U.S. from abroad having a research-based MBA in finance? We'll finish the Google Data Analytics certificate soon. So it depends on what country you're coming in from. That will have an effect on it. I find that the people who have the easiest times from abroad, who have the easiest times getting a job in the U.S., are the ones with American degrees. But if you have a degree from the UK or something, I can't imagine that it would be that difficult for you to get a job over here. That's not something I'm particularly well versed in. Ooh, oh wow, we have a lot of questions. Dushyant Reddy, I'm living in Irving, Dallas. Where's the meetup in Dallas? I will post something on my channel later. Um, yeah, let's do a meetup. I haven't done one in Dallas in like ever, so that'll be fun. Let's see. Is remote job from U.S. companies? Is it possible? Can you make a video on that? SK. It is. Now, can you be remote and work in India? I don't think so. Or let me rephrase that. You can be remote and work in a foreign country, like physically be in that foreign country, maybe if you have if you have work authorization. If you want to get a U.S. salary, I believe you need U.S. work authorization. So, because I get that comment, I get that question a lot in the on this live stream where people ask, "Can I like stay in India and like work at a U.S. based company?" And I have a friend who did that, but he had U.S. based work authorization, and this was like in the heat of COVID. So, um, that's how he was able to do it. But without that, I can't imagine getting an American salary is easy. So there was an interesting question over here about a hot take of some kind. Atakola Ali. Oh, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Yeah, I'll let you guys know if I need anything. I don't really need anything at the moment, though, but I probably will in the future. Adeline, hopefully your question was answered by Paula about the accounting stuff, because she works in accounting. Uh, There was a really interesting question. Oh, okay. So Nelson said S707 said, "Let's hear your hot take: data engineering versus data analysis versus data science." So, in my opinion, not my opinion, data science and data engineering pay a lot more than data analysis. That's basically just a fact, and it makes sense. At the end of the day, like the work is more specialized. You usually need a higher degree to get it, so it will pay more. Now, I will say data engineering will probably get you the biggest bang for your buck because you do not need a master's degree to get into data engineering. You can get into data science too without a master's degree for sure. And when I say that, I mean like high paying data science because I've had people I've known who get into data science, but they get paid like 60K a year or something like that in the U.S. Which tells me that they're not in. That's not like data science, because a real data scientist needs to be making like deep into the six figures, quite honestly, like yeah, a real data scientist should be making like six figures easy, with a little bit of experience maybe. So I would say data engineering is probably the most lucrative part of this field, considering that you need the least amount of education to break into it. And on average, I think data engineers actually get paid the most, but it's very close between data engineers and data scientists. So it's not a huge differential. So in my opinion, you should strive for one of those two positions. I am a data analyst. I started off as a data analyst. I'm striving to become a data scientist, but it's a great way to start in the field. And data analysts can get paid very well too. It's just if you want to start reaching those like really high tech salaries, I think you have to be either a data scientist or a data engineer. So I don't know if that's much of a hot take, but all right. So shopping hall, I am going to banish you to the shadow realm. Where? So Streamlabs won't let me do that. So let me go ahead and, oh, you know what? Okay. Let me go over here. I'm going to mute this. I'm going to banish shopping hall to the shadow realm. That way they can't do anything else. And I'm going to, let's see, make Paula a moderator. Paula is now a moderator for the channel. If you want me to take away this power from you, let me know. Yeah, I think, I mean, Paula, you contribute so much over here, and you're doing such a great job answering questions as it is. Let me know if you want me to take away the moderation power, but, you can do everything I can do now on the chat. Okay. What is the next question? I have completely lost track of the questions. because we have so many over here. And guys, I can answer one more question. Sorry, guys, I do have to leave in like 2 minutes. Let me see if I can answer like, what's like a good question over here? Samurai. Key skills for an ML ops engineer. Look up Mikiko Baisley. She is an ML ops engineer, and she has and she would be able to answer those questions better than I can. Let's see. Nelson, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't think you can pull moderation power from the owner of the stream. That would be funny though. Kumik over here. Matsuzik Kumik. Sorry, I am pronouncing your name poorly. If you would like to break into the data engineering field, how good at math do you have to be? Not very. I don't believe there's any math in data engineering. I'm reading this book right now, which is basically like, it's kind of like the Bible for data engineers, and I don't really see anything about math in there. So nothing serious. Math is very much a data science thing. So. Is Informatica Power Center used in the industry? I personally have not seen it, and I personally have not heard the best things about Informatica. That does not mean it's not used in the industry. It just means in my decent experience, I've not seen it anywhere. Let's see. Leonardo Vanze. From people that are changing careers, portfolio is really the requirement, or meaningful experience with cert have a higher chance to put you in the interview. Yeah, I mean, a portfolio project will like get you better chance of being recognized by a interviewer, and it helps you practice your skills, quite honestly. If anything, that's probably the biggest benefit, right? It helps you practice your skills, which is a huge benefit. So I would recommend it purely for that reason itself. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm sorry I started a bit late.